Hello, I'm Madison Massey, and welcome to my final project for ECCU 400. Today I'll be focusing on Miskasawin and Kichi Astato Tamatoin, and what those two Cree concepts mean to me in my own personal life. The first piece of art I drew for my visual art portion of this presentation helps me showcase my understanding of the two Cree concepts. For my piece of art, I drew a classroom with many desks and two different boards. One of the boards poses the question, how can we start to learn a more truthful history? While the other board poses the answer, which is teaching through treaties. The desks within the art piece have different words that have been discussed throughout this course and my own journey of reconciliation that have helped me learn that we need to be teaching and learning through treaties and through our ancestors rather than about treaties and its historical context. This art representation reminds me that treaties are the teacher and we as treaty people need to learn through their promises and sacredness. As a future educator and a white European settler, in the true spirit of treaty teachings and reconciliation, it's important for me to learn from the treaties and incorporate treaty concepts into my daily life, future teachings, and classroom. From reflecting on the Cree concept, Kichi Astatamatoan, educators, rather than allowing ourselves to teach treaties, we should explore the idea of teaching through treaty. By doing so, we as educators are learning a more truthful history, following the idea of Tapawewin, moving toward reconciliation, and respecting Indigenous cultures and beliefs. The visual art representation reminds me that being an educator is another promise I made to my treaty ancestors, and that promise can be upheld by taking a different approach to teaching treaty education, which is teaching through treaty rather than about. The second visual I chose for this presentation is of the quote, "As long as the sun shines, the grass grows, and the river flows," which resembles that the treaties will last as long as these elements do. This quote helps me understand my own Miskasawin in relation to Kichi Astatamatoan because it shows me how sacred treaty promises truly are, and a way to uphold treaties is by allowing myself to uphold these elements. The following quote is from Elder Eli Adam of the Fond du Lac Dana-Suline Nation within the Treaty Elders of Saskatchewan text, which says, "What I want to maintain is what we promised and what was promised to us as long as the land lasts. So we are not going to let it go, we are going to hold on to it." Which represents my understanding that if we want to continue honoring treaties, we need to continue honoring the land and all its qualities, like the sun, grass, and rivers. As someone who lives on Treaty 4 land, I know my obligations and duties to uphold the sacredness and promises I have with my treaty ancestors and continue to treat our land with respect. As long as the sun shines, the grass grows, and the rivers flow was significantly focused on in my treaty walk that we participated in within this course. And it really helped me see the sacredness in upholding these elements, which is a promise we all have made to uphold these treaties. These two art representations I've created demonstrate my understanding of Miskasawin and Kichi Astatamatoan in relation to teaching through treaties and respecting our land in all aspects. I have learned so much from this course about treaty education, my own treaty identity, and how as an educator, learning through treaties is the only way we can learn a more truthful history. Thank you for watching my video presentation for ECCU 400, and I hope you learned something today. Thank you very much.